Well, joining us from our Los Angeles bureau to talk about the challenges Lohan faces as she tries to control her addiction is addiction specialist Dr. Howard Samuels and founder of the Hills Treatment Center. And what if she can, of course? We're going to talk about that as well. And Beth Karras, correspondent for In Session on True TV, has the legal consequences this morning. Good morning to the both of you. Beth, I'll start with you real quick. Just the judge could have easily put her back in jail and handed down a stiffer penalty, but didn't. Why do you think he didn't?
Well, this is a misdemeanor that she pled guilty to, the DUI, back in 2007 when she was arrested and got 3 years probation. There's a lot of discretion for a judge in a misdemeanor. Unlike felonies, sometimes the sentencing is mandatory. Yeah. The judge clearly recognizes that she's an addict, and treatment is what she needs, and inpatient treatment is what she needs. Not to be out and promise that she's going to do the right thing because she keeps relapsing. She needs behavior modification, and that doesn't happen in 2 or even 4 weeks.
Dr. Samuels, what type of behavior modification would you recommend? Do you think would be best for her case, knowing what you know about her history?
Well, first of all, somebody that has multiple relapses, multiple treatment centers, and multiple probation violations, a case like this, somebody needs to be in treatment for at least a year, because the behavioral modification isn't going to happen in a month, 2 months, or 3 months. You have to change every aspect of your life, and that's what getting clean and sober is such a difficult thing for any addict alcoholic to achieve.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think, I mean, the judges said January 3rd, that gets her through the holidays. What's the significance behind the January 3rd date? And do you think that's long enough? Apparently, you don't think so.
Well, first of all, I think it's great that she's going to be in treatment during the holidays, because the holidays can be very triggering for an addict alcoholic because of all the partying. But you have to understand something. This is just residential treatment. She then has to transition, and she really needs to be in a sober living house for the next 9 months in order to really learn how to live clean and sober in the real world. That is what's most difficult. It's easy to be in residential once you're there. It's very structured. You're not triggered. You're around a lot of sober people. But the real challenge is going to be when she leaves and has to go out into the real world. That's why she needs to be in a halfway house.
Yeah, Beth, she gets out. She's got a period of time before she gets out of Betty Ford, before she goes and makes her next court appearance. Let's say she tests positive again. What does the judge then do?
He told her she's getting 180 days. She's getting 6 months in jail, and that will be the residential treatment next time around without the doctors around her.
Yeah, Doc, let me ask you this. As far as the state of denial, we know Lindsay Lohan has been in a state of denial for quite some time now. She's talking about not being able to afford staying in Betty Ford because it's impacting her career. Do you think she finally gets it, or does she still, like some celebrities, just not really get the message just yet?
Well, it's not about celebrities. Everybody talks about celebrities like there's some kind of alien race. You know, this is a case of an addict alcoholic. Like any addict alcoholic, there is a tremendous amount of denial. And in a case like this, if she can't afford Betty Ford, well, there's a lot of treatment centers that are a lot cheaper than Betty Ford that are equally as good. Yeah. So, you know, they're out there if she so wants to get sober.
Okay. Beth Karras, Dr. Samuels, thank you both very much. We do appreciate it.
You're welcome.